violence or no other kind of violence.
Get away! I could be at work, at school, in my car, I can still get shot by the police, but I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.
What's good, YouTube? It's a Black Gen Z Mindset. Make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
7-Eleven stores were urged to close again overnight as the search continues for
She called to the left.
the suspect in a violent string of robberies. Investigators are also looking into whether there's a connection to some robberies in the San Fernando Valley.
Eyewitness News reporter Mark Cotorobolis is live at the 7-Eleven in Brea, where one worker was killed. Mark.
Good morning. We are outside of the 7-Eleven here in Brea off of Lambert Road. This is where that victim, the store employee, was shot and killed early Monday during that robbery and shooting. Behind us, you can see the
Man, and it is on and popping in Cali. You can't get away from this type of stuff. They stay active out there, and we all know about Cali, okay? But it seems like it's just getting worse and worse everywhere, right? Can't even go to the 7-Eleven. We did the story on the brother, Coach Coleman, who was killed in Atlanta at the Quick Trip. So it seems like gas stations are just hot all in all. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Memorial for that employee, candles and flowers here. The store is still surrounded by police tape. Others in the area, in fact, closed as well during these overnight hours. 7-Eleven encouraging stores across the area to do so until the suspect is found. This is the suspect that several local police departments are looking for. Do notice he is wearing that distinctive black sweatshirt with a...
And look, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask, Pooh Shiesty mask. You guys have to call out the Pooh Shiesty mask when you see them in person. You know, let somebody know that, hey, it's a super gremlin with a Pooh Shiesty mask in this mug, and we gonna have to move differently.
Logo across the front, that sweatshirt linking him to multiple crimes here in Brea, along with shootings and robberies in La Habra, Santa Ana, Riverside, Ontario, and Upland. In total, 2 people were killed, 3 others were wounded. And now take a look at this next suspect image. The LAPD working to see if a similar string of robberies that took place on Saturday across the San Fernando Valley were committed by the same guy. The sweatshirt is different, but equally distinctive. Those robberies, which did not involve injuries, occurred at 2 convenience stores and 2 donut shops within the department's Devonshire division. Cash was taken from each store. As for the 7-Eleven stores, we stopped by several this
Dang, just bold with it. Right up in the camera. They don't even do like they do in the movies and shoot the camera. The super gremlins don't care about cameras. They just pull up to you and say, run that. I got my Pooh Shiesty mask on. They ain't gonna know who did it.
morning to double check, and sure enough, many of them were closed overnight. A sign on one door reading they would be closed from midnight until 5 a.m.
Say a man possibly heading home from work was shot and killed after he got off the freeway. This happened in Watts on Central Avenue. Officers say the victim exited the 105 freeway around 11:40 last night and someone opened fire.
Dang. Sounds like maybe a road rage incident. We've had so many of these situations go down in the community, in these highways, on these highways, these byways. And it just seems like if you cut off anybody, for that matter, we had the glider gremlin who shot up the music producer. If you make a minor infraction in front of somebody, you better be ready to take off, because these folks ain't playing out here on the road.
The man, about 50 years old, died at the scene. Police have not made any arrests.
I'm here on the corner of MLK and Frederick Douglass, where a shooting just took place. And as you can see, it's a pretty rough area. So I'm basically risking my life reporting on this madness. So make sure you do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. Like the video, hell, share the video. And make sure you go ahead and leave a comment down in the comments section to continue the discussion on how we can find solutions to all this son violence in the streets. I'm Jenquavius Jackson, here live, reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, BGZM News 17.
We are following a developing story this morning in Watts where a man was shot and killed in his car. It happened near a gas station on Imperial Highway and Central Avenue just before midnight. Now, this time, LAPD officers say they don't have any information about the gunman or...
I mean, none of this stuff is getting solved, y'all. I mean, I could show you clip after clip. They don't have no suspects. It's just a free-for-all out here. These super gremlins are on demon time.
Motive. We'll bring you updates as we get more information.
Yeah, exactly, Roxy and Tony, good morning. And that's how police were able to figure out how this all happened. They're still trying to gather more information, looking for potential witnesses. But police say that victim was followed off the 105 freeway here to this intersection behind me and gunned down. A deadly car-to-car shooting they believe started as a case of road rage on the 105 freeway. Video here shows the scene a little earlier this morning. LAPD officers and fire paramedics responded just before midnight. The victim's silver or gray Scion XB hatchback found in the left turn lane of Central Avenue after...
Man, look, it's like, how can you even avoid these situations? Because you don't, maybe you flick somebody off, they flick you back off, and boom. That's why I don't even give reactions in the car. If I'm gonna do my reaction, it's gonna be internally, because I don't want to give nobody the wrong impression that I'm about to do something crazy, then they gonna do something crazy, so I don't do something crazy. Because it's like everybody is on edge on the highways.
He'd been shot several times while behind the wheel. Homicide investigators were able to quickly review surveillance footage from the nearby Shell gas station at the corner here and say the victim was closely followed after exiting the 105 northbound at Imperial before ending at this intersection. They say a dark sedan was seen pulling up next to the victim and shot into his car before speeding off eastbound. Several drivers may have witnessed the shooting, and they're being urged to call the LAPD.
Obviously, we don't have a lot of information yet, but I'm sure there were some people out here who drove by and either saw or heard something. We really urge them to give us a call and provide us any information that they can.
And police do say the suspect used a pistol and fired somewhere between 3 and 5 shots, killing the solo driver. It's too early to tell or determine a motive, but investigators believe, again, it stemmed from a road rage incident on the 105 freeway. The victim hasn't been fully identified, but investigators on the scene said it was a man in his 50s who they believe was heading home from work when this all happened. Reporting live in the Green Meadows area of South LA. Back to you.
So disturbing. Now to our breaking news in Watts. A man was killed inside his car.
She cold.
And what police say may have been a road rage shooting.
He had just gotten off the 105 when the shooting happened, and NBC4's Tony Ginyard is following this investigation live in Watts right now. Tony, good morning.
Good morning. Yes, this car-to-car shooting, as you mentioned, could have been a case of road rage, or it could have been something else. The man who was killed was shot multiple times.
He looks just like a regular, citizen, just driving, possibly coming from work.
The shooting happened around midnight near the intersection. Correction, I just learned the shooting happened just after 11:30 last night near the intersection of Central and Imperial. The victim was driving a Scion. Given how busy this intersection tends to be, detectives are hoping someone witnessed the shooting and will come forward with a...
And, someone probably did witness the shooting, but the no snitch rule is in full effect. And you're not going to get many tattletales out of the community, upstanding citizens, people who want to clean up the streets. You're not going to get much of that, okay? So this is the result. Combine the street code, no snitch policy, with defund the police, and you've got unsolved murders, just, buku.
Additional information, we could see at least one shell casing on the street, as well as a number of evidence markers. Detectives say a review of security camera video indicates shots were fired from a dark-colored compact car, and it appears the victim was killed just after exiting the 105 freeway.
There was a vehicle that was following close by. as they exit and turn northbound here on the street on Imperial. The vehicle pulls up next to him, shoots multiple times into the vehicle, and flees.
The captain says it appears 3 to 5 rounds were fired from a handgun. As LAPD South Bureau homicide detectives were doing their investigation here on scene, a few people showed up, rushed towards them. Based on the interaction we witnessed, you got the sense they may have been victims or the victims' relatives or friends. And it also drove home how an act of violence impacts the lives of so many people. That dark-colored compact car the bullets were fired from was last seen heading east on Imperial. I'm Tony Ginyard.
Dang, Tony. She got everything mixed up today. She got the time mixed up. She got the direction of where the car was driving mixed up. About confusing everybody.
Live from Watts 4 today in LA.
Gang violence and other kind of violence.
Get away! I'm gonna be at work, in school, in my car, and I can still get shot by the police. I can get shot anywhere.
So it is what it is.